Oh, can't you see? We're running out of time. You gotta lose your mind if you think you're doing fine. You can't describe it yet, but something is wrong. Where are your dreams now, and why don't you feel strong? Yeah, yeah. Every day, every night, you try to find yourself. Don't live your life as someone else.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the podcast. That's right, Wrestling Matters Podcast at your service, ladies and gentlemen. Only here on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page too, as well. So yes, I'm doing it in video form. Yay! Right. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about two things. I was going to talk about just one thing, but I feel the need to talk about another thing. I need to rant because, well, I've been affected by it, so a little bit as well. And as I'm doing this right now, guys, we are literally 1 week away from the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. That's right, Royal Rumble pay-per-view. We're literally 1 week away. As well, because it's on Saturdays this time. I think they're doing pay-per-views now on Saturday instead of Sunday. So yes, we are literally 1 week away on Saturday. And funnily enough, I'm working on Saturday. So yay. But yeah, I want to talk about... I got a question put up me on Twitter, TikTok. What is a good Royal Rumble that has been in the past, right? What has been a good Royal Rumble out of the Royal Rumble that have took place, but the wrong person won? I gave my opinion on it in a 3-minute thing, but I'm going to go into it a little bit more in depth here. Also, I'm going to talk about Bully Ray. Okay? And give my opinion on what he said. And I don't give a fuck if he sees it. He probably won't see it. But I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to give my opinion on it. Because what has been said has affected me a little bit. But anyway, I'll get to that later. So, welcome yourselves to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on a weekly basis. And like I say, guys, as well, to remind everybody, if I may, these episodes that you've seen are just warm-up episodes. Before long, I'm going to start getting interviews and stuff like that. Okay? Before long. I'm just trying to incorporate my episode and try to incorporate the podcast back into my schedule of what I'm doing. So I thought, with the break that I've got from GMW, spot on. This is an opportunity now for me to try and fit it in to where it needs to be and try to incorporate it back in to the schedule and find that balance where I can fit it in and do it on a weekly basis like I have been doing as well. So we're going to kick off with the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view is 1 week away. Like I say, I got popped a question on TikTok. There was a question that was rolling around on TikTok. What is a good Royal Rumble that has took place but the wrong man has won? What is a good Royal Rumble that has took place but the wrong man has won? Right. I'm going to give you my opinions. Right. I've got the list here of all the previous winners of the Royal Rumble. The first one was a TV show. It was a test run, to be honest with you. The very first Royal Rumble, the pay-per-view thing. It was 1988. Hacksaw Jim Duggan won it as well. Also, the 30-man Royal Rumble started. I don't know. That might have been a 30-man Royal Rumble on the thing, but I don't know. Duggan won the very first Royal Rumble as well. Royal Rumble 89 was won by Big John Studd. 90 and 91 was won by Hogan. Yeah, 90 and 91 was won by Hogan. 92 was won by Ric Flair. 93 was won by Yokozuna. 94 was the clusterfuck double win between Luger and Bret Hart. 95 and 96 were both won by Shawn Michaels. 97 and 98 were won by Stone Cold Steve Austin, even though 97 was a little controversial for that way, but still a win. 99 was Vince McMahon, although he gave it up and Austin ended up going to WrestleMania instead. 2000 was The Rock. 2001 was Stone Cold. 02 was Triple H. 03 was Brock Lesnar. 04 was Chris Benoit. 05 was Batista. 06 was Rey Mysterio. 07 was The Undertaker. 08 was John Cena. 09 was Randy Orton. 2010, I believe. Yep. 2010 was Edge. 2011 was Alberto Del Rio. 2012 was Sheamus. 2013 was John Cena again. I think because of the whole Rock thing. 2014 was Batista. More on that in the second. 2015 was the Roman Reigns. 2016 was Triple H. More on that in a minute. 2017 was Randy Orton. 2018 was Nakamura and Asuka, the female, because it was the very first female Royal Rumble as well. That was 2018. 2019, Becky and Seth Rollins, Mr. and Mrs. 2020 was Charlotte and Drew McIntyre. 2021 was Bianca and Edge. And 2022 will probably be announced next Sunday as well, because I'm recording this on a Sunday, so there you go. So yeah, those were all the wins. Now, in my opinion, a good Royal Rumble, where the wrong man won, was Triple H in 2016. Not in 2020, not in 2002. So I'm tending to distinguish with all this 2022 and stuff like that. Not 2002, 2016. Because he came back as number 30 and everybody was building up Roman Reigns. And I believe Roman Reigns was the champion at that point as well, because it was for the world title. But, yeah, Triple H came back. And there was still feuding. There was a feud between the two going on. I get it. But, yeah, the wrong man won, because Roman ended up finishing third. And I believe Dean Ambrose, John Moxley finished second. And Triple H won the belt. Now, I think Triple H was the wrong man to win. However, I understand why it happened. And I will tell you why. Because the reason why it happened, because Triple H winning the Royal Rumble of that year in 2016 was one of many ways and one of many opportunities for them to try and get Roman over as a babyface. Because that's what it was about. They were going to get Roman over as a babyface and have Roman fight Triple H at WrestleMania, and Roman beats him and wins the belt. That's what it was. And we all knew that at some point. So, yes, Triple H was the wrong man to win that Royal Rumble. However, I understand why they did it. Because they wanted him to try and put Roman Reigns over and finish the feud off that Roman started at, I believe it was Armageddon or TLC. No, it was TLC. When it was TLC when Roman beat the piss out of him with a chair, pretty much. No polite way of putting that, ladies and gentlemen. Just Roman beat the piss out of him. So he came down to try and calm him down, because Roman snapped and beat up, or was beaten up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, the League of Nations. And Triple H came down to try and calm him down, to no avail, because he ended up beating Triple H up due to what Triple H did at Survivor Series, which was help Sheamus cash in the title on Roman. So Roman got his receipt that week, that show. Roman got a receipt. And then it all obviously clearly led into what happened with Triple H at WrestleMania, and then the Royal Rumble leading into what happened at WrestleMania. And I did if you want to go back and watch it, there's a live stream that I did, a watch-along live stream that I did for that WrestleMania. And I'm not even kidding you guys, by the time I got to that match, I was done. I wanted to go to bed, but I couldn't, because I had to watch the match because I was doing the live stream. I couldn't finish before. So I got good views out of that. But I ended up, I just was bored. I just wanted to go to bed by the time that match went on. Everything else was okay and everything that happened that night. But by the time I got to the Roman Triple H match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I was done. I just wanted to go to bed. So, yeah. So that's my take on it. If you want to talk about worst Royal Rumble, go off subject here, and you want to talk about the worst Royal Rumble match that's ever took place, and the worst Royal Rumble victory that's ever took place was Batista in 2014. Yes, some people might think 2015 when The Rock came down and helped Roman beat off the Authority and blah, 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 blah. But Rock tried to come down and help Roman, put Roman over and get Roman cheered, which to no avail. And even Rock hated that. So even Rock was disappointed with that as far as the reaction goes. But anyway, yes, the worst Royal Rumble ever, in my opinion, from what I've seen, was 2014. Because they brought Batista back, and his comeback match at this point was the Royal Rumble. And whoever came up with the idea for him to win that Royal Rumble wants fucking shooting. Pretty much. And that's when they stirred the pot with Brian Danielson, at that point as well, because everybody wanted Brian Danielson to win the Royal Rumble. Everybody wanted him to go to WrestleMania and be the champion and blah, 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 blah. Well, he didn't get it in that Royal Rumble, and you could tell the reason why if you go back and watched it, because they totally just crapped on the match. The minute Daniel Bryan got eliminated, they just totally crapped on the match. They thought, okay, Daniel Bryan's eliminated, we don't give a shit no more. That's what it was, pretty much. Go back and watch the match. And heck, they were even cheering Roman over Batista. A guy they were, at that point, I believe, they were trying to, again, I think it was the starting block for them to get over, for them to put him over and that. And they were frigging, what they call it, they were flaming, trying to put him over, and they were booing Batista out the building because every single person in that arena believed, rightfully so, that Batista should not even be in the final two, let alone win the damn thing. But yes, it ended up being Batista and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, and that's when that was also CM Punk's last match in WWE as well. So yeah, I believe that was the worst one in history, in my opinion. On that one, the greatest one goes all the way back to 1992. For me, I truly believe that. 1992. Yeah, 1992. Albany, New York, Knickerbocker Arena, 30-man Royal Rumble, the vacant WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it was the night Ric Flair won it from number 3. That, and you can ask any wrestling fan to this very day, they still believe to this very day that is the greatest Royal Rumble ever done. Bar none. Okay? Yes, there has been some good Royal Rumbles beyond that. I'm not denying that. However, the greatest Royal Rumble is 1992. And you can ask any wrestling fan. And if you want to see it, drop a comment down below if you agree with that. Let me know what you think was the best Royal Rumble in your opinion as well. Same on Facebook as well. If you're watching this on Facebook, drop a comment. Let me know what you think the greatest Royal Rumble was in your opinion. Because I can probably tell you right now, probably higher percentage, probably about 80%, maybe 90%, will probably tell you it's 92. Man, I truly believe it's 92. And I can say, I'm not going to argue the point. Because every single person was in that Royal Rumble. Every single person. Tornado, Undertaker, a very young Undertaker, up-and-coming Undertaker, who only been in the business about a year and 3/4 pretty much at that point. Because he started in 1990 at the Survivor Series. He won the WWF Championship in 91 at Survivor Series. Lost it 2 days later on Tuesday in Texas to Hogan. And then the whole thing kicked off with leading to what happened at the Royal Rumble. So, you know, everybody was in there. Like I said, Tornado, Von Erich, Bulldog, $1 Million Man, Piper, Flair, who won it, Hogan's, did I say Hogan? I might have said Hogan a couple of times. Sid, who else was in there as well, if I remember? I think I said Bulldog. You know, Greg Valentine, people like that. Every single person was in there, pretty much. I mean, you would, if you go back and watch it, you would think the whole WWE, WWF roster at the time was in it. Seriously. So, but yeah, that's probably the greatest Royal Rumble. So yeah, let me know what your opinion is on that. Share this around with your mates and everything like that. Let me know what your opinion is, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook as well. So yeah. Right. Bully Ray. This ought to be good. Jon Moxley returned this past week. As I'm doing this right now, it is Sunday, the 23rd of January. This past week was the return of Jon Moxley to AEW after a 3-month hiatus due to personal problems. Go back and watch the promo. I'm not going to describe the promo. It's a must-see promo. After all of that, Bully Ray comes out on Busted Radio, or Busted Open Radio, whatever it is, and turns out to be the biggest fucking moron in the history of probably around at the wrestling business at the moment, and made himself public enemy number one, like that. Because even though he agreed with some of the stuff that was going down and some of the stuff that Moxley said, he believed that he should have apologized to the audience for his sabbatical, or some sort of an apology to the audience for his sabbatical. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Seriously? Are you seriously fucking kidding me right now? Am I missing something? Okay? Or is what they call it, or is Bully Ray on another planet? Listen, all the respect in the world for Bully Ray as a wrestler. Okay? We all know what he was capable of and everything. We all know what he did, especially in TNA with the whole Aces and Eights thing, which I discussed last week on the broadcast as well. Because, like I say, Aces and Eights made him a better heel. It made him a heel wrestler. It made him the guy that he wanted to be, the wrestler that he was. Right? But at one point, throughout of all this situation till now, at one point, right? At what point does Moxley have to apologize to the fans for what's happened? Since when did Jon Moxley owe the fans an apology? The fans got it. Go back and watch the promo. The fans got it. The fans understood. And if he did say, you know, okay, the fans got it, apart from that one heckler, but the fans got it. The fans understood it because they were with him 100%, 100%, every step of the way. The only people that Moxley, and I agree with JD from New York on this, and that's very rare considering how much he goes on. The only people he probably should be apologising to is his family, and I bet he did that the minute he came out. Yes, Renee probably supported the hell out of him because that's what a wife does. That's what a good wife does. You back your man 110% no matter what the fuck he's going through. And it's the same with a girl. It's the same with a man as well for his woman. No matter what, if you love your woman as much as you say you do, and she's going through some shit, you back her. You're there 110%. You don't leave her in the lurch. You're like, oh yeah, see you later, I'm out, bye. That kind of shit. You back your woman 110% no matter what. Whether she's going into rehab, Timbuktu, it doesn't matter. That's the only people he should be apologising to. Obviously, he's not going to apologise to the kid, because, the daughter, I believe, because she don't get it. And hopefully she will not get it. She'll probably find out at some point down the road about what happened. But she's too young to understand, thank God. And that's always a positive when that happens. You don't want your kid knowing that business. Seriously. Because that'll get them worried. But anyway. John Moxley does not owe anybody an apology. Not even the fans. And like I said, the fans got it. You should go back and watch the promo. They got it. And I believe if he'd have said, apologise to the fans that night, most of the fans would have probably said, no. Either that or told them to shut the fuck up. Because he doesn't need to apologise to anybody. Why should anybody apologise to somebody if they're going through some problems? Mental health is a serious matter. Okay? And I loved Renee and Paige ripping the hell out of Bully Ray on social media. I've seen the tweets. Even throwing the jab in there. No wonder they wanted Devon. That kind of stuff. But apparently now, according to Bully Ray, if you have mental health and you take a sabbatical from wrestling for about 3, maybe 4 months, depending on how long and how serious it is, apparently you have to come back and apologise. Yeah. That's all I'm saying on that matter. You don't. And for saying what he said, I can't wait to hear what the backlash is from that on Busted Open Radio this week. Because apparently his partner or sidekick, that's too much, because at least he's got the brains on that. We all know he has the brains on that side, in that partnership. But even he told him straight as well that was wrong as well. And I'm pretty sure everybody else figures the same way. But come on, seriously? It's madness. It's madness. Absolute crazy. If you have mental health issues, I respect John. One of the things he said in that promo as well was he doesn't run from demons, he beats the shit out of them. I've been doing that all my life. I've had demons. I've had scars on me. Hell, some of the stuff that I've walked away from since leaving high school or senior school, I've walked away from that. I've walked away from school. I've went into stuff that I shouldn't even been involved in. And I'll tell you this right now. Some of the stuff that I've gone through, and this is legit, some of the stuff that I've gone through, seriously, would be enough to put me 6 foot under, or put anyone 6 foot under. I'm still standing. Have I apologized to anybody for it? No. I broke away from all the negativity of the job centre. Did I apologize to my parents for it? No, because I did it for me. Has it been a ball of fruits and nuts? No, it hasn't. It hasn't been easy. Hell no. It's not been easy. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm not in a hospital bed with medical bills the size of a fucking Christmas box or something like that. I'm still here. I saved my parents from me going into hospital bed, whether they admit it or not. I saved them. Because at the rate I was going at that particular point in time, I'm a lot better now than I was back then. But at the rate I was going at that particular point in time, I was heading for the hospital bed. And they were going to have bills and the NHS is free, this, and the bollocks. They would still have to pay some sort of medical bills. And I didn't want that. So I did what I had to do. Was it a risk? Yeah, I took it. Has it been fun? No. Have I tried to rebuild myself? Yeah, but every time I tried to rebuild myself, I always end up running into fucking roadblocks. For example, losing 2 family members back to back last year. Do I need to apologize to anybody? No, I don't. You know? Because that's affected my mental health. And I have to take sabbaticals as well just to get my shit together. From the streaming, from the podcasting. Heck, I took a 4-year hiatus from this podcast because I found my father dead. And yeah, I apologize to you people for not being around. Yes, I brought it back on a part-time basis, but now I'm back full-time. May take breaks in between. I don't know, but I'm back full-time doing this. Do I think I should apologize to you? Yeah, I probably do. But I'm not going to apologize for leaving. I apologize for not being around all them 4 years doing this podcast. But I'm not going to apologize for leaving. Bully Ray knows how to make himself public enemy number 1. And people, you know, I mean, I could probably... you know what? Fuck it.
I would have liked to have heard just a little bit of accountability from John. I understand the whole demons thing, and we always use the word demons as a creative word to get around the real issues, whether it's an alcohol issue, whether it's a drug issue. In Tommy's case, it's an eating issue. Everybody has some kind of demon that they have to get around. So, okay, we have our demons. These demons got the best of John for a time period where he had to step away from AEW. I would have liked to have heard him say a bit of an apology to the AEW fans. You don't have to apologize to the boys, even though the boys do count guys and gals could have the same problems that you did. And trust me, I came up in an era where...
I can't listen to that anymore. But you get the idea. Apology for what? God almighty, man. The boys got it. The fans got it. You know, that's an example of why Bully Ray's an idiot. Like I say, all the respect in the world for him, for what he's done in the business, blah, 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 blah. But that's fucking stupid, him saying that. And like I say, that's the reason why he's now public enemy number 1 at the moment. If there's anybody that deserves to or should be apologizing now, it's you, Bully. For that. And hopefully he will do that. I don't expect that this week on Busted Open Radio. I probably ain't going to listen to it. I'll probably hear it over the internet. But, yeah. If there's anybody who should be apologizing, it's you, Bully. Because that was fucking stupid. Bottom line. Right. I think that's a wrap of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, for the time being. As well. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week for the podcast. I'll think of something. If anybody has any ideas watching this in the podcast, drop them down below. I'll probably get some ideas during the week. But like I said, this podcast has just been recordings at the moment, just trying to get the podcast incorporated back into what I want it to be in. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, subscribe, because this is coming on a weekly basis as well. You might get some bonus ones, so look out for them as well. But at the moment, right now, it's a weekly basis. Every single Monday. I'm trying to play around with the times to find out which time is best. Not always the case, but, you know, I'm trying to figure out which time is best, but we'll see. But until then, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Leave a like on the video. Helps me out a great deal. Share this with your friends. And I'll see you next time, right here on the podcast. Wrestling Matters, and it should to you. Peace.
Oh, can't you see we are